I think a lot of people think this guy was a good guy, but here are some of the sins of Jorge Maria Bergoglio, who is otherwise known as Pope Francis, who died recently. So I think a lot of people don't know this, but this guy was a false prophet. So the Bible teaches that it's actually a sin for false prophets to pray to God. So every time this guy prayed to God, he was actually being an abomination to Jesus and he was sinning. Proverbs 15:8 reads, "The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is his delight." And since Jorge the heretic was a Catholic, this guy prayed many rosaries, which involves praying the same prayer repeatedly many, many times, which is something that Jesus specifically commanded people not to do. In Matthew 6:7, Jesus said, "But when ye pray, use not vain repetitions as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking." So Jorge sinned when he prayed the rosary repeatedly. And Jesus said in Matthew 23:9, "And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven." So Christ taught that you're not supposed to call any man your father upon the earth, but I'm fairly certain this guy sinned by getting so many Catholics to call him father when he's not supposed to be called the Father. Also, Jorge sinned by worshiping Mary. And for those of you Catholics who are going to be like, "Oh, we're not worshiping Mary, we're just venerating." It's worship when you bow down to these statues, and you're not even supposed to make these statues in the first place. In Exodus 25, God said, "Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me." Also, Jorge spoke many, many lies during his lifetime and committed sins by lying. The Bible says, "All liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death." The Roman Catholic Church leads Catholics into hellfire by teaching them this Roman Catholic works-based salvation, which is a false gospel. Jorge was a false prophet, and when fake Christians get cursed by God for preaching a false gospel, they can never be saved from hellfire. As we said before, so say I now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed.